I'm already drooling. I'm drooling right now. Check that out. Oh. What's up, YouTube? I'm Mr. FlavorSavor, and today we're gonna make some chicken and rice. Woo! Now, if you ever been to New York City, 53rd and 6th, Halal Guys, you know about that chicken and rice with that white sauce and that spicy kick with the red sauce. Woo! That's some good stuff. Especially like 2 o'clock in the morning, when you're like wasted and you're waiting in line and you just smell that meat just cooking. Woo! Now, I got a good recipe for this. You don't have to go and get it. You can just make it at home. Now, I'm telling you, this recipe is legit. You know, just make it for your friends. Show it off, man. They're gonna keep coming over, I guarantee that. All right, so let's get started with the white sauce. Now, for this white sauce recipe, we're gonna need half a cup of Greek yogurt. Now, try to get the whole fat one, just it has more flavor to it. Gonna get a whole cup, 1 whole cup of mayo, 2 tablespoons of water. Gonna do 1 tablespoon of vinegar, white vinegar. We're gonna do ½ teaspoon of salt. Gonna do ½ teaspoon of black pepper. Gonna do ½ teaspoon of parsley. Gonna do 2 teaspoons of sugar. And we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Boom. Now you're just gonna mix this all up. There you go. Now after you mix it all up, you're gonna wanna put it in a container and put it in the fridge for a little bit because it's gonna build up all that flavor in the fridge. What I do is I put it in the little squeezy bottle, just like how you get it at the cart. Just makes it more fun to do it that way. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So I put it in a squeezy bottle just like this. Keep it in the fridge while you're cooking. You know, the longer it stays in the fridge, the more flavor it builds up. Okay guys, I'm gonna make my version of the red hot sauce. Now you could do this or you could just use sriracha sauce. Cause this is spicy, okay? I like a little heat. You know, I like a little spicy, man. Now you don't have to make this. You could just use sriracha sauce for this recipe. Perfectly fine. So what we're gonna do now is start blending everything together. For this recipe, we're gonna use 5 dried chilies. Now you can find this at an Asian supermarket. So we're gonna throw that into a little blender. Then we're gonna use 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper. So I got 1 teaspoon of garlic, minced garlic. I've got ½ teaspoon of salt, ½ teaspoon of sugar. I got ½ teaspoon of onion powder, and I got ½ teaspoon of black pepper. Now I got 1 tablespoon of vinegar and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And then I got 1 small plump tomato. Now I'm gonna chop this up and throw it in there too. So now we're gonna blend this all together. Oh, woo, damn, that's gonna be spicy. All right, now what you're gonna do with this, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna put it in that little squeezy bottle and then put it in the fridge. The longer it stays in the fridge, the more flavor it builds up. Woo! That's gonna break some hearts. Now it's time to marinate the chicken. So here I got 2 pounds of boneless chicken thighs. Boom! Now over here, I got a whole bunch of spices. Come here, come a little closer so I can show you. Cool, so for this, now I got the 2 pounds of boneless chicken thighs right here. Now you could use white chicken breast, you know, white meat. I don't, cause for me it gets too dry, you know. I like it a little moist. I like that bit of fat in there. So I got 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I got 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. Now I got a teaspoon of fresh garlic. I got ½ teaspoon of dried parsley. I got ½ teaspoon of dried oregano. I got ½ teaspoon of cayenne pepper, ½ teaspoon of black pepper, and then I got ½ teaspoon of coriander powder, and then I got 2 teaspoons of adobo seasoning. So we're just gonna throw all this into here and just mix it all up. So I got the lemon juice, olive oil, and all the seasonings. Boom! There you go. That a boy. Now, mix it all up. Yeah, boy. Now, typically you want to marinate this. Dude, if you marinate this overnight, let me tell you something. This is the most juiciest chicken you'll get. So while our chicken is marinating, let's go ahead and make our rice. Now for our rice, we're gonna get a small pot, crank it up to medium-high heat, and then throw in 1 tablespoon of butter. We're gonna add 1 cup of basmati rice. Now you can use basmati rice or you can use jasmine rice. Either or is fine. And we're just gonna add all that rice to the butter. Now we're gonna add in 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. This is gonna give it that nice yellow color. And then we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of cumin powder. And then we'll do a nice pinch of salt. Now what we're doing here is we're toasting the rice. So give that a nice stir. Oh, it smells so good. You see that nice, beautiful color it's forming. Now after about 1 or 2 minutes of toasting the rice, we're gonna go ahead and add in 2 cups of chicken stock. Now you can use chicken stock or you can use vegetable stock. Or you can also use water, but I wouldn't recommend using water because I'd rather have my food tasting with some flavor, baby. I'm gonna add in some chicken stock. Now there's 2 cups here. Go ahead, mix that around. Now we're gonna bring this up to a boil. All right, so now we got our rice up to a boil. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it on low and then cover it. And I'm gonna let this cook for 10 minutes. All right, so while our rice is cooking, let's go ahead and cook our chicken. So we're gonna get a pan, crank it up to medium high. Now our pan came up to a nice heat, a nice medium high heat. Gonna about a tablespoon of oil. Now let this oil heat up a little bit. Now our oil is nice and hot, our pan is nice and hot. Let's go ahead and add the chicken thighs, baby. This is gonna, wait till you hear this sound, alright guys? This is gonna be, you gotta brace yourself for this one. Oh yeah. Check this out. Oh yeah. Yeah, boy. Everybody's favorite part. Oh. A little bit of that spicy red sauce for that kick. Now go ahead for the little pansies to use sriracha, it's fine. That's what I'm gonna go ahead and use. Oh yeah. Yeah, boy. Yeah, it looks exactly like it. Alright, you guys ready? That is so good. Now you have to try this recipe. Whoo, yeah. I'm telling you, once you start making it at home, you're not gonna wanna go and get it. Like seriously. One minute, hold up. Now. It's so good. I love making this. Make it if you have people over your house having a party. Man, I'm telling you, just make this. Just make it. They're gonna love it. You can't go wrong with this. I'm gonna go and finish this. Now remember to hit that like button, subscribe. If you want to see a recipe made, just give me a comment. I'll read it. Now remember, the world is your flavor, so make it tasty. Boom. I'll see you on the next one.